What is the best coach you have worked with? And that is excluding all the coaches you have at the moment.
Yeah, it's very difficult to say this just straight away, because in every stage of my career that I had a coach that was helping me in some kind of way. And maybe in the one stage I needed this kind of coach, and in another phase I needed this kind of coach. And not everybody at the right or wrong time would have been the best coach for this situation, if you know what I mean. Then overall, I would say Jeppe had, like, especially in the recent years, obviously the biggest impact on me, and changed also a lot on how I view professional badminton.
All right, guys, welcome back. ShuttleSquad episode 34 this week. Recording on a Thursday evening. It's Marvin and me. Hi, Marvin. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Tommy. Thanks for having me again.
Yes, it's only us two this week. ShuttleSquad reduced again to just 2 members.
Busy times.
Busy times. We actually set this date for recording because Kirsty said she could manage Thursday evening, and then she snitches us because
you have to do what you have to do. Yeah,
but I really hope this apartment is sold.
Yeah, true. I think she does the same.
Yeah, for sure. And Christo is on a hike.
What to do on a vacation, right? Like, just hike a little bit more, do some more sport.
Yes, obviously. Get some rest for your arms at least, not for the legs. And you are in Denmark right now, aren't you?
Correct. Yes.
Correct.
Airbnb in Denmark is gonna start tomorrow with the Denmark Challenge here. Good. Enjoying it.
Are you ready? Yes. Let's directly start with your recent success. Congratulations on winning the Luxembourg Open. What a way to start a new partnership in mixed doubles. How was your week?
Thank you very much. Yeah, exciting for sure. We didn't really know what to expect, just as I said in the last episode as well. Like, we had the main focus of making the partnership work, and apparently that also led to success. So I think we made a few very good steps in the right direction there, with being very open and honest to each other, trying to communicate every feeling and every thought we have for our mixed doubles, but also like just partner wise, what you feel and what you think you need, or what you can maybe give your partner, so that we both feel more comfortable. And
what do you need, Marvin? What do you need from me as your partner?
What do I need? Yeah, good question. Of course, first of all, the tactical input. Like, I don't want it to be a one-sided thing where, like, for example, the coaches often say that, oh yeah, okay, you're the more experienced player, and you can give a lot to this partnership, and you have some experience that Tuk might not have, and therefore you should take the lead and stuff, which might be true in some occasions. In general, I wanted to be more a 50-50 thing than people might expect if they hear this kind of thought. And therefore I definitely need and want her input on how she feels on court, what she thinks might be good tactical ideas for the moment, but also just from the overall, hey, I think we should be more aggressive, or maybe a little bit more patient, or like, these kind of things are not really tactical specifically, but more of a, how do you go into the rally with what kind of mindset?
Yeah.
And I think to be on the same page there is really, really important, to play a good mixed doubles together, and not just playing good individually, which I think we both can do more or less every day, but doing it good together is the key here. And
but is Tuk talking a lot on court? It doesn't really look like it usually.
Yeah, it's getting more and more. The first few times that we were training together, not so much, which I can also totally understand. But I want her to talk more, and maybe that's also a thing that she can develop in. But I think right now she's doing a great job at it, sharing all her thoughts that she wants to share, and then I can also learn from it, adapt, do better, and yeah, I try, of course, the same thing with her.
Yeah, that's good. Sounds really good, and it worked out quite well with the first tournament, first title. How did you, like you mentioned last week when you asked Kirsty about strategies to play with some conditions?
Yeah.
Can you reveal what the issue was, or
Yeah,
are you
I
still
think
hiding it because tournaments are still going on?
no, it's fine actually. Also, everybody could see that I could play almost normally, so it's not an issue to share it. I have some wrist problems right now, a tendonitis that is causing some issues, especially in the rotation, where I just feel some uncomfortable pain, like this. So it took some mental space last week, and especially in the beginning of the week, I was very, very annoyed that it just came at the very wrong time. So I was totally fit until beginning of last week, basically, and then it just came more or less out of nowhere from probably an exercise in the gym that we did that I didn't really cope well with. And then, of course, like also playing just a lot of badminton. And to have this in the beginning of these 3 weeks where we want to play 3 tournaments in a row is, of course, really annoying. So I seeked advice from Kirsty, and apparently it worked well. But therefore, like also now the training after the tournament was very limited for me. I did a lot of footwork stuff and shadow badminton, like without hitting a shuttle, but just a lot of movement on the court, just to be ready to go 100% tomorrow. But not much badminton with hitting. Yeah, that's just how it is. But I think I can cope with it. Luckily, I've played enough badminton in my life so far that I'm confident that I can play and perform well tomorrow. But but it's just how it is.
You said like it didn't sound like a big injury, but more like the really bad timing for a little injury that you actually thought about pulling out, or not really, or was it close to?
Yeah, I thought about it for sure, especially because tendonitis, like if you don't treat it directly, it can be a longer issue if you're a little unlucky. And now I will have to cope with it for 3 weeks and only then can give it a real rest. There were thoughts, but in the end, first of all, it's not that bad. And second of all, we also want this experience now as a pair together to be able to develop and to have things that we can work on in the training phase after. And I will have the time to let it heal for sure. So I'm trying not to stress about it.
Perfect. But you're ready for next tournament starting tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. Just made my video analysis, and tomorrow 9 a.m. it's gonna go.
That's actually a really good transition because we're just 2 people this time. There's not so much of a discussion. So I thought I would bring in some random questions. And one question that I have actually is about video analysis. Because I was wondering, because I never actually did video analysis in my hobby career. So I was wondering, what are you actually looking at? Like in doubles, I would imagine that it's mostly about the service situations. Is that true? Or what are you looking at when you do like video analysis? What are you watching for?
It's definitely a lot service situation. Like looking for patterns that they do more often. Also rotation wise, what do they cover after their receive, for example? Do they cover their own side? Do they go around and cover on the other side and the partner covers the straight one? what kind of returns do they normally do, especially also maybe in the crunch situations. Like I love if there was a match that ended like 23-21, because normally at 19 all, you will probably play a return that you feel very comfortable with. And then you can get a feeling for, okay, this opponent likes this or that return a little bit more. Yeah, and then in general also getting a feeling for how they play in general. Like a cross smash can look like this from one player and like this from another player. And if you have never played these players before, you kind of don't know at all what to expect. And if you have seen it before and got a sense for, okay, this is the rhythm that he jumps at, this is the way his racket moves when he hits certain shots, then you just have a better feeling overall on court when you play against them, because you don't feel like it's completely new. Of course, it still feels different on court than it is when you watch a video. But I nevertheless think if you have seen it a little bit before and know what to expect at least a little bit, then you can cope with it in the situation better when you also feel it on court. Yeah, and then of course there are tactical aspects, more detail that you have a look for. Is it now, for example, in a mixed a pair that tries to get more into the rally overall, and the girl is sometimes also in the back and they are fine with it, or as the girl really rushes the net and therefore there's not so much space there, but maybe behind her there's therefore a little bit more space because the man has to cover the whole court a little bit more. Like these kind of things. But yeah, it's can be very, very different depending on what pair you play, and it's very difficult to just say, oh yeah, I look for this or that when I do a video analysis. But yeah, in general, I would say to get an overall picture of how the pair looks when they play is the most important fact.
And when you say you also look for those crunch situations and look what they usually do in those situations, do you, on the other side, if you are in those situations yourself, do you think about that as well? Be like, okay, maybe they expect me to do this, so now I do that? Or do you really just go for, okay, this is probably my best way or my best return or whatever, and just stick to that, even though they might know because they watched some matches? Or
I
is
would
it
say both.
Too much thinking?
No. I totally get your point there, and it's absolutely fair, because I definitely have done both and have done both things consciously. Like I for sure also had situations, especially when you play a pair that you have played multiple times before, or for example, German Championship, Daniel and me play Jan and Bjarne. We have practiced together and played against each other 100 times in training. Like, of course, you know what the favorite return might have been for the other pair now, and you expect it maybe a little bit, and then you get into this chess game of okay, he thinks that I do this and I think that he does this, so I do this, and like this can happen for sure. But now I think when I play people that I've maybe never seen in my life before, I trust my instinct and that I do the things well that I do. And even if they expect it, it's not that that really ends directly, right? Like normally the quality should be so good that you can still continue from every shot that you do, even if the advantages might shift a little bit if they expected it. But yeah, that won't decide the game, I think.
Yeah, super interesting. But yeah, the chess game is actually, it's real. It's like shooting a penalty in soccer or football.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Next question that I have. When you go to training, is there an exercise or is there a situation where the coach says, okay, today we do this and that, and you be like, fuck, I hate that? Or is there like your nightmare kind of training situation, or what you don't really like to do? Or is that not really a thing?
I wouldn't call it nightmare, but if there would come a really, really tough multi-feeding session out of nowhere that wasn't scheduled, then I think I would not be the happiest badminton player on earth. And normally we get this scheduled during the week, and you can kind of like set your mind to it and be like, okay, I know I won't really like it in that moment, but I will definitely be in the right kind of mindset to still be able to enjoy it and give 100% and do the best to my ability in the moment. But yeah, it's definitely not the most fun thing to do. Nevertheless, I must say, if you do it in a group and everybody gets the same kind of vibe with, okay, and we shout with every shot and we really go for it and we jump as high as we can and we push each other a little bit, then it can also be really, really nice. So that's cool. Yeah. And then, of course, like this backcourt, midcourt stuff, for example, that you have to do a lot as a mixed doubles player anyways. But also like when I played men's doubles and I just had to get fit basically. Especially the first few times that you do it, when you have like, I don't know, 30, 40 hits in the backcourt where you can't make a mistake and the shuttles might also be a little slow and the defense gets everything over. When you do the 6th or 7th turn, then you don't feel fantastic, of course. You know about this before the exercise starts. So yeah, it's also not something that you really look forward to. In the end, of course, you always know what you get out of it, and that's mostly positive things.
Yeah,
and maybe some sore muscles, but yeah, that's how it is.
True, but yeah, actually, if you have a group that's all going all in and you suffer together, kind of, and everybody's pushing, then it makes it way easier, I think.
Yeah,
to also push yourself.
And I would say like if you surround yourself with the right people, especially in training, and you get this kind of vibe going, no matter the level you are playing at, it can be so much more fun. I think everybody experienced it already. Like you go to a training somewhere and somehow the vibe is not really right, and maybe there's just one person who is a little bit down and is not motivated on the day and just like it's a little lazy, and then everybody gets dragged down a little bit. But then on the other hand, you have these sessions where one or two are like super energized and happy and go for it and shout and have fun, and then you also suddenly feel this, oh okay, yeah, this can be really good, and like the whole group gets lifted and suddenly the energy is there and the level is much better, and like these are the best days where you can really feel, okay, from the bottom of everybody's heart, you love what you're doing right now and you're enjoying it together, and yeah, that are really good sessions.
Actually, I haven't experienced that in a while, and I really want to have a session like that right now, because I think on Tuesday I went to play badminton for the first time in a few weeks, and I might have been that guy dragging the group down, because I was so out of shape and everybody was like more fit, and I was already exhausted after, I don't know, 30 minutes, and then I was like, oh, fuck, like frustrated with my own level of fitness in that moment. But yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
So, yeah, but no, it's nice that you recognize it.
Yeah, now I just recognize it right now.
Yeah. Everybody has a responsibility in training, right? So you can have an influence on the people that are surrounding you. Not only in badminton, of course, in life as well, which is also nice, actually, that you can decide on whether people might have a good or bad day on your own if you take it on the right way. But yeah, in training, I think it's super interesting that very tiny things can make a very big difference, and that you are actually able to influence that by your own actions. And yeah, it's a good thing, I would say.
Yeah. And especially, I mean, sometimes it's just one or two people who can make such a huge difference in a positive way, to just come in, set the vibe, and just, I don't know, somehow get the best out of everyone. Yeah. And that's also a huge skill as a coach.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Very
that brings me
difficult.
right to my next question.
Oh, okay. But first of all, every listener, be that guy who brings the energy. Be that guy. It's so good. Everybody is thankful, although not everybody might express it, but I know in their mind they know, okay, he made the difference today. Or she.
Yes. The connection was a little off right now, but I can hear you again. Be that guy. That's definitely the message. Next question that I have. What is the best coach you have worked with? And that is excluding all the coaches you have at the moment.
Okay.
Because that would be, we don't want to call out anyone.
Okay, interesting.
Excluding the ones you have right now from all your past coaches. What was the one that, I don't know. I don't know how to define best. That's up to you.
Yeah. It's very difficult to say this just straight away, because in every stage of my career that I had a coach that was helping me in some kind of way. And maybe in the one stage I needed this kind of coach, in another phase I needed this kind of coach. And not everybody at the right or wrong time would have been the best coach for this situation, if you know what I mean. Then overall, I would say Jeppe had, like, especially in the recent years, obviously the biggest impact on me, and changed also a lot on how I view professional badminton and just professional athleticism. Also, maybe how I am coachable. I'm actually very thankful for that he made me realize, hey, it's not only the coach's responsibility to make you better, it's also your responsibility to let the coach make you better. Does that make sense?
Explain it, please. I think it makes sense, but
yeah, I mean, you have your own opinions always on certain things. Let it be a tactical thing, a technical thing, mindset thing. As a player, you always think that you know something, and you do know things, but you definitely don't know everything. And also your coach won't know everything, but at least he can give you a perspective on it. And sometimes you don't let people give you another perspective. And that doesn't necessarily is because of you are consciously saying, I don't want this guy to give me a different perspective, or I don't want to try this or that. It's more of a, but I feel comfortable with doing this, so I would rather do this. And then you don't really try what your coach wants you to try. And that makes you basically uncoachable, because if you don't do it really, then you can also just not do it. And I think Jeppe made me realize that sometimes I had the tendency of not being coachable in some kind of way. And that changed a lot in me, I would say, looking on, or if I hear somebody telling me something, then I, since then at least, try to give it 100%. And also for long enough so that I can evaluate after maybe 2 months. Okay, is that really nothing for me? Or was there maybe something that I can actually use? Although my first thought was, but I think differently. And being coachable, I think, is a big skill that I don't think I never had. It's more, maybe I was already good at this when I was younger, but definitely I was able to improve at it. And I did improve with it, I would say. At least I hope. Maybe the coaches now think differently. Sorry, Mats and Andy and whoever coaches me, but at least I try. So in that regard,
we got to fact check that one.
Yeah, please get them on the podcast. so in that regard, I think it was really nice, but also like the tactical elements that he brought in were really good, and helped Mark and me succeed a lot. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. But
How many years did you work
so
with
many
Jeppe
coaches
Ludvigsen?
Sorry again?
How many years did you work with Jeppe Ludvigsen?
Around 4, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like this. But I
Okay.
definitely also want to mention Ingo Kindervater, who played a big role in my career, especially in the beginning when we got on the world tour. Was there for us every day and night. Helped us a lot. In my youth, like Hans-Werner Niesner, for example, also like had a big impact. I would definitely not be here without him, as controversial as he might be sometimes, but the amount of training hours that I had with him as a kid are so high, and I would have not developed any kind of technique if it was not for him. So thanks a lot.
Wow.
And
didn't know.
Dede Devanto, not too many people know, but he also was there for me every day in Saarbrücken.
Legend.
Was very keen on my physical development. Many. Timo Runo, also a big part of it. Many years of training with him.
So everyone plays his role.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's not this one guy that I had, and he's the one, but everybody had an impact.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, especially if you have like so many people coaching you throughout the years, the different aspects and different inputs, that might also help to get like different views maybe. And then one last one that I have is, I don't know if you have that off your head, but weirdest or funniest fan interaction that you've had. Is there something that pops up in your mind? Or was it all just pretty casual?
I mean, one of the very first times that we were in Indonesia and playing in Istora Senayan, I think we just lost against Kevin Sanjaya and Marcus Fernaldi. There we went out and there were just, I don't know, 50, 60, mainly girls, some boys screaming at the fences at us, wanting to come over and wanting autographs and pictures and all this stuff. Like, it was not really funny, but it was so like unreal for us because we were maybe 19, 20 years old, something like this. Haven't experienced this in Europe at all. It was first time in Indonesia, and we were just like, what is going on? Of course, there was crazy atmosphere in the hall already, but like there are matches going on inside right now, and they are waiting outside for not maybe in particular us, but also Marcus and Kevin, which I can understand. But nevertheless, it felt kind of surreal. And also then getting like so many, hey, Marvin, hey, Mark, in the shopping centers, this kind of stuff. That's especially when we were really young and haven't experienced this ever. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Sounds surreal.
Yeah.
Starstruck.
Definitely.
Yeah,
kind of.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Good.
And then
that's my questions.
Maybe last thing to add there, it was not a fan interaction. It was a TV interaction. Did I ever mention that already in the podcast?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The thing with Vietnam Open. Now that I talk about it,
yes,
I did.
I think that was when we were recording a teaser, but I think it was never really on the podcast.
Okay.
So you can definitely tell that again. Yeah.
Yeah. So to everybody who knows already, sorry for having to listen to it again, but
listen
I will
to you
tell
next
the story.
week.
Yeah. So there was Olympic qualification period 2019-20, and we were going to Vietnam Open. And we were playing last match of the day, unfortunately, I must say, but I will come to that in a moment. And it was third set against, I think, some Taiwanese guys, and we were leading, let's say 15-5. I don't know exactly, but something like this. And the decider, and Mark plays a soft shot to their backhand side, so our front right corner. And I think I go to the front court, but he also thinks he goes to the front court. And they see us both coming, so they play a cross lift to our backhand side. And Mark is like, I can't move. And I think, okay, maybe I can get it. And I just run. And I get so much speed because it was like from front right corner to back left corner, and hit the shuttle that I can't stop. I was like in full speed running mode. And I just see like, okay, I won't be able to stop. Like this TV is just coming now. And I full on tackled this TV, not being able to stop at all. Fell over like the advertisement and stuff and crushed into the TV, completely destroyed. Everybody was like, what happened? And then I stood up, was like, I'm good, all fine. And they were like looking at me like, what did you just do? Are you fine? Are you okay? And the TV was destroyed. And when
you
Mark
score the
tells
point?
the story, then I don't think so. I don't know, but unfortunately, there's also no video evidence of it.
Okay.
Because as I said, last match of the day, and I don't know if you know, but like the very last matches are often not at the stream anymore because it's like this could be announced and then they just end the stream, which sucks. But yeah, that was the case there, unfortunately as well, and we didn't record it ourselves. Yeah, and yeah, if Mark tells the story, then he also always says like, from that moment on, like the Taiwanese were always like but please don't hurt us, please don't hurt us. Yeah, because apparently they were afraid. I don't think that's really true, but that's how he presented it sometimes, which is kind of funny.
Okay.
But yeah, if I had the video, I think I would play in the NFL now. I'm pretty sure of it.
Solid tackle against the TV.
Yeah.
Perfect. Draft combine.
Yeah.
Send in that video. Cool. Yeah, that's actually. I mean, I've heard the story already, but that's still funny. I would love to see photos or a video of that.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe if you recreate this moment.
Oof, I don't want to be honest.
Probably don't. Don't.
If it happens by chance, then 1 in a million. Really funny.
I hope I'll be there with a camera in my hand.
Oh yes, please. High resolution.
Yeah. I think we're good. Oh yeah, one thing from last episode that we talked about was the spin serve, and then Kirsty called out the Grimley brothers and asked what the hand sign was of the umpire, and they actually responded on Instagram a few hours ago.
Nice.
And they sent us a video link where it is where it was on the stream, and I think they were down 10 to 20 in the, I don't know, against the, I think, Malaysian pair, or yeah, maybe also Taiwanese. And then it was 10-20 against them. And then one of them served the spin serve. And then the fault was called fault base of shuttle.
Okay.
Because he was not holding the, yeah.
And it was just
there was no hand sign.
Okay.
I didn't see a hand sign. Yeah.
Damn.
It was just a fault called, and then the umpire said fault base of shuttle.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting.
So, but I also think if you look at that video, it was quite obvious what he was doing there, because I think it looked like he was holding the shuttle like this for like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
and the service judge was already there, like getting ready to call it. But so if you ever want to sneak it in, do it a little more
subtle.
How do you say?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Anything on your mind before we wrap this up?
All good. I hope I don't need to try the spin serve sneaky move. But yeah, I'm really looking forward, of course, to this tournament now again. And yeah, I hope to continue just like last week with Tuk. That's it.
Yeah, do that. That would be fun. Get in the next title. But it's quite a not that easy draw, right? We have, I think, first round is a qualification pair, then some Taiwanese guys, and then potentially number 1 seed.
Yeah. Taiwan, first round as well. They made it through qualification. Another Taiwan pair. And then either Callum and Estelle, or maybe some Indonesians who played well last week as well. Who knows? So,
all right.
Yeah.
We will see. Not going to be easy. Enjoy the challenge. And for everybody else, thanks for listening once again. This one-on-one episode now. Next week, we're going to be back with the group. And please like, share, comment. That all helps us a lot, especially on YouTube, where we're trying to grow the channel. Also, a vlog on Kirsty's European Championships coming on soon. Working on that one at the moment. Thanks for tuning in, and hear you all again next week. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
And thanks, Marvin. Good luck this week.
You too.
And bye-bye.
See you.